Welcome home, nephews. And gentlemen, welcome to Swipe Smarter. This isn't a hype show. This is a discernment show. And tonight, we're not here to teach you how to impress women. We're here to teach you how to vet, how to filter, and how to choose with integrity. Because attraction without discernment will cost you time. Connection without alignment, hey, that's going to cost you your peace. And chemistry without character, well, nephews, that could cost you years of your life. So, Swipe Smarter exists for men who are done chasing potential and who are ready to select compatibility. Shout out to y'all. Nephews, here's the truth. Most men don't struggle because they can't get matches. They struggle because they attach before they assess. They read attraction as availability, they read attention as interest, and they read chemistry as alignment. And that's how good men, well, they end up with women they were never meant for. And tonight, we're doing this the right way. So I'm going to read out these profiles, nephews, and the whole chat gets involved. You got to understand, we got a lot of good women that come in here. Shout out to them. And these women in the chat that are consistently in our chat, they know a thing or two about behavior, language, emotional regulation. So they'll call it as they see them too. And we appreciate each and every one of you that tap in with us. Shout out to y'all. Look, we want to show you what a healthy relationship looks like. We're not here judging women. We're here vetting for fit, because a disciplined man doesn't ask, do I like her? No, he asks, is she compatible with my program, my purpose, and my leadership? All right, so make no mistake, integrity doesn't make you boring. It makes you selective. So if you're tired of mixed signals, if you're tired of hot and cold behavior and emotional chaos, then nephews, this room is for you. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself tonight for everybody.
So I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer and life coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, where it was finally like warm enough for us to all thaw out after that like 15-degree weekend. But anyway, I'm here to teach you guys not about my successes, because there weren't that many, mostly about my failures. I never, I can't remember who it was that say it was a famous golfer said, I never learned a thing from a match that I won. Well, gentlemen, here's the thing. Pay attention to us, learn the morals of our stories, and you will win. We screwed up so that you don't have to. Just pay attention.
All right, nephews, without further ado, we're going to bring out the ladies. And as men, it's important that we want to show you how we do this, how I match with women, how I swipe on them. We're going to teach you a thing or two about how to build a solid profile in this episode. And I'm going to show you a thing or two about my vetting process for those of you that don't have one at all, that don't have a program. If you have questions, please reach out to us. Uncle Johnny puts together a list of questions every week that we answer live on Mondays. Shout out to Ask Your Favorite Uncles. And we'll break down anything you need us to so you get a better understanding of it. Feel free to put your questions in the chat or call into our number. You can call in right now with your questions, nephews, and we got you. Now, while we're doing that, we're going to go through my Bumble profile tonight, or my Bumble matches, I should say. And I got a couple women in my match queue. So if I match with a woman live tonight, I'm going to show you how I initiate contact with the woman. And I'm very successful at this. I have a lot of fun. I go out with a lot of women that I match on Bumble. Not all of them are in alignment with me. They're not all for me. They're not all going to follow my program. Some of them are just attracted to me, and some of them are just curious. But you know what? We'll get more into that later in the show. Right now, let's bring out our first profile tonight. Johnny, I got Heather up here. Let me know when you can see her on your screen.
Take just a few seconds here. All right, there we are. Got it.
All right, nephews. 1 second, I'll get us up and running here. All right, we got Heather, who's 47. It says she's a senior litigation paralegal. About Heather. All right, her bio says, I love sports. Hey, first of all, shout out to Heather for having a bio. All right, she says, I love sports, happy hour, hiking, country music, scary movies, reading, traveling to new places, day trips, the sun, being spontaneous. I have a fulfilling career and looking for someone who has long-term relationship goals. 18-year-old girl at the Naval Academy, 11-year-old boy, travel hockey. Says she drinks socially.
And she's got some money because travel hockey is not cheap.
Okay. Well, there's a lot in there. I think she used most of the characters allowed for the prompt. I gotta tell you, as far as me, there are a few things in here I like that we might be in alignment with. I do enjoy hiking. I like scary movies. I like reading. Happy hour, sure, every now and then, as long as I don't have a show later that night. I like that she has a bio. All right, like it already puts her ahead of half of the women that we're going to see tonight, nephews. Now, this signals a little bit of effort and some intentionality. Now, I want to break this down properly. All right, I see kind of like a career and life structure here between the litigation paralegal. This is a job that usually has high responsibility, could be deadline driven, and this probably makes her detail oriented as well. Now, this usually means a few things. Her weekdays are very structured, so she does have some structure in her life. Which honestly, Johnny, that means she probably has some mental fatigue after work. And at least in theory, she should have a low tolerance for chaos. Now, I know it's sometimes women are paradoxically drawn to it romantically. All right. But
I was going to say, I mean, maybe she chose the career because of the chaos. That's what you got to think about.
Okay. Well, I would say so far with the bio, this is a neutral to positive profile, but there are things in here that matter when we look at compatibility. She does give us some of her interests here: sports, happy hour, hiking, country music, scary movies.
Pretty awesome. She's got a kid in Annapolis, though.
I mean, that's commendable.
Yeah.
But as far as her interest goes, this is all like very standard. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't reveal much either. I mean, most women are going to say that they like reading and movies. A lot of them are going to say they like hiking or happy hour. So it's not really indicative to her identity. That part's kind of neutral. I don't know. She has a fulfilling career and looking for someone who has long-term relationship goals. Now, Johnny, this part could be important because this line, what it doesn't say is, I'm done with games. It doesn't say, I'm looking for marriage. It doesn't say, get me off this dating app. We'll see a couple of those tonight, nephews. This is what I'm reading so far. Johnny says this woman's looking for alignment, not intensity.
I mean, it does seem specific, concise. I mean, I'm compelled to swipe right just to have the conversation, see how she holds the conversation.
Okay. Well, I could tell that she's screening for stability, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Most women want a man who already has his life together. Now, there are some exceptions to that. Some women like to go down to the pound and pick themselves up a man. But hey, shout out to them for that. Somebody needs to give the homies a place to stay.
Hey, those are the brave women of Love After Lockup.
The kids is an anchor point for me, though.
Yeah.
Now, the Naval Academy, like you said,
that's big.
Chances are, Johnny, this is what I like. She probably runs a very disciplined household.
Quite possibly. Sure.
Yeah. There's probably some pride and structure in it. And like you mentioned about the travel hockey, this is a heavy time commitment. All right. Mm-hmm. This woman's weekends are booked for the next 3 months. Early mornings, just the logistics of dating her are going to be somewhat difficult.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there is a lot on her plate, and I feel like that would probably amount to maybe the occasional casual encounter. But I don't see how you'd be able to kind of romanticize something on the long term.
All right. Well, nephews, any man engaging here with this type of profile needs to understand that, like Uncle Johnny said, her calendar, it's not very flexible. Her emotional bandwidth is split, and her availability is earned. It's not automatic. Now, that's not a red flag, but I gotta tell you, the way this is set up will filter out unserious men immediately.
Yep.
All right, the real question, vetting, we'll save that towards the end. Let's see what else we got here. Quickest way to my heart is to make me laugh and feel safe. I see some honesty in that.
Yeah.
Johnny's pretty generic too.
Well, not only generic, but like when she says feel safe, a lot of guys are going to interpret that as, oh yeah, I'm harmless. Remember, harmless means that you couldn't do harm if you wanted to. Nonviolent means you could, but you won't. That's just one little difference that we're seeing here. But somebody who makes her feel safe does not mean she wants somebody who is going to throw himself at her and be predictable. What she is saying is she wants to be able to feel secure in her relationship with you should you have one. She doesn't want you to come out there and lay all 52 cards out on the table in order so that she can know anything and everything about you, but for the first 4 hours of your first date. So we're not coming at her like that. We're not coming at her with that desperate energy.
Now, it could mean make her feel safe as in her person when you're out in public with her.
Sure.
Women like a man who knows how to handle himself.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, if she's looking for a man who can handle the masculine role, then she's looking for a man who can handle the masculine role, not the guy who's going to fake it till he makes it. You can't do that with masculinity, and you cannot do that with self-confidence. It will come across creepy every single time at best. It never works when you fake it.
Nephews, I'll tell you to stay dangerous for a reason. And Uncle Johnny's always telling you to make him laugh.
It's an uncontrollable positive reaction to something you did on purpose. Read between the lines.
Okay. She says, we'll get along if you are mindful, date with purpose, emotionally mature, able to communicate, and love to travel.
Here's what I don't like about emotionally mature. It's 50-50 out there because 50% of the women who are going to say that actually want you to be emotionally mature in that you are in touch with your feelings. You know how to kind of respond in a very masculine leadership way while still getting your point across. And the other half thinks that emotional maturity is, well, just, placate everything that I say and do, and I'll call you emotionally mature. So it seems like it's 50-50 out there when it comes to that concept or when it comes to that terminology. Not that they don't know what it means. It's just that there seems to be at least two different schools of thought, if not more, when it comes to what that term actually means and how it's an asset or a liability in a relationship.
All right. Well, at 47 years old, of course she wants
There's a level of experience that I would hope is there, yeah.
Well, of course, you want somebody to date with purpose. So our whole profile is set up to filter out people who aren't serious.
Yeah.
Um, Emotional regulation. Really, emotional maturity, really, gentlemen, means emotional regulation. So
Yeah.
you want to talk about that for a minute, Johnny? We're talking about no hot, cold behavior, no
Right.
disappearing acts, no ego games, and no reactivity when things get uncomfortable. We are always telling you, nephews, get comfortable being uncomfortable. It will be a great asset to you moving forward.
Yeah, and I
Move
mean,
on.
and that's just it. I mean, I think that when you're talking about regulating your emotions, we're not telling you stop feeling certain ways. We're not telling you shove it down, suppress it. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there are ways of responding to whatever emotion you could possibly be feeling, but there is a way that you have to conduct yourself in doing so. Remember, responses get better results than reactions. All right. So know what to do when these situations arise or when these feelings arise, and know how to manage your own self and your own behaviors in dealing with that. Um, the more self control you have, the more self control you can show. Whether you think anybody's watching or not is irrelevant. The more control you show, the more control you make yourself continue to maintain, the more you have a program, the more you become the one man franchise. And now there are going to be people that are going to want to be part of that team in different aspects of life, too, not just romantically.
Johnny, when I see able to communicate, and
Mhm.
we see this in a lot of the profiles, this to me is a boundary disguised as a preference. It's like she's saying, don't
I think
shut
it could be both.
down, don't stonewall, don't avoid hard conversations, and don't force her to guess your emotional state.
Oh, God, yeah,
Now, this is an important nuance here.
it is.
I mean, this doesn't mean over talking or emotional dumping.
No,
It means calm, adult, timely communication. So, and we have talked about this previously, Johnny. Men who mistake communication for constant reassurance, they fail here. Um, you know what though? The love to travel though, given the kids and the career, this is not
she
a
better
let's
love to travel with the hockey thing, man. I'm telling you.
well, this is not a let's backpack in Europe for a month type of woman.
Right.
I
This is like a
plan
long. This is like a long weekend in Columbus kind of girl. Yeah.
right, plan trips, shared experience,
Well, I'll
probably
tell you
not
what, man. If you do
international.
match with her, I got some great destinations to two. You can come for a long weekend in Pittsburgh.
All right, but
A lot more fun on the
this
weekend than you think.
love to travel, Johnny. We see this in profiles all the
Mhm.
time where women want a man who has resources, all right, that has
Sure.
flexibility and to move through life, not just work, couch, repeat. Not all men have that.
No, and I mean, if she's looking for a man who can just pull his own weight, then she's looking for the equal partner. But remember, when you assume that you're an equal partner, you're assuming that everything about both of you is equal to the other, and that's not necessarily the case. In most cases, it's not. What they're asking for is somebody who can actually make them want to follow. Never mind how you lead, what you lead, your methodology of leadership. If she wants to follow you, you've clearly got the right method for her. She wants a man that she would be willing to follow into a cave, into a battlefield, into whatever it happens to be, because she knows that man is capable of leading her, protecting her, and being able to provide and shelter, throughout that whole thing. But here's the thing, guys. You can't go offering that up front. I don't care how good she looks. Remember, just like she's going to have to, you're going to have to earn her willingness to follow you. Before that even happens, she's going to have to earn your approval to see her more than two or three times. Remember, this is your program. Otherwise, she wouldn't be looking at you to lead.
All right, nephews. I gotta say, I do see somebody who's emotionally selective, somebody whose life is stable, has a low tolerance for nonsense, and she's seeking partnership, not excitement.
Hmm.
Johnny, chat. What do y'all think? I think I'm going to swipe right on this one. What do y'all think?
I think it's a good one.
Pretty
I
solid
think
profile.
there's a lot of specific things in there that you can actually use as prompts for conversation too. And a lot of those things you're going to want to have conversations about. Not all in the first date. Remember, the first date is 45 to 60 minutes. We don't get into anything deep. We don't get into anything emotional. We keep it light. We keep it funny. You're charming. You're the funniest guy in the room. She's going to touch your arm. She's going to touch your leg because you are so damn funny, and she's going to tell you you're bad or whatever they do. But the thing of it is that we're not going to go on a 4-hour, 3-event date. Not on date number 1, not 2, not 3.
All right. Shannon says right.
Yeah.
Heather says right.
Yeah, I think
Johnny
so.
says right. All right, chat.
Bless that bitch.
I got you.
Do it.
All right, Johnny.
All right, on to the next one.
Real quick. Make sure that we can share it.
While Uncle Bill's doing that, guys, in the comments, if you have any kind of experience with online dating, whether it was funny, whether it was terrible, disastrous, unique, hilarious, whatever it happens to be, something out of the ordinary, or just something you want to talk about, leave it in the comments. We'd love to read about it. Tell us about your crazy online dating experience. Oh, bonus topic.
Hit him with a bonus topic.
Bonus topic. Guys, tell me about the nice girls in your inbox. Ladies, tell us about the nice guys in yours. Notice I use the air quotes. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Victoria. She's 37. First thing about her here is there's no bio.
Lame.
We have a prompt here. It says, my dream is to retire as soon as possible.
All right, so our ambition is over with. That's cool, whatever.
That's what I was thinking too.
No, why achieve?
She's done with everything. Let's just put our feet
hey, man.
up. Hey, shout out to her. And that's all we got.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the retiring as soon as possible thing, but yeah. My ass is still working anyway.
Yeah. This is a typical profile, nephews. We don't see much effort put into it.
Almost done.
Yeah. So this is going to be a swipe with discipline for me, and we're going to pass on this.
Nope.
All right, give me a minute here. I'll check out our next profile real quick.
By the way, those of you who've been in online dating, tell me the weirdest or strangest or funniest opening line somebody's used when they got into your DMs for the first time on a dating site.
Hey, Johnny, let's check this one out. We got CJ here.
Oh,
CJ's 35. All right, CJ, 35. CJ's bio. And you know what? Shout out to CJ for having a bio. She says, raising a little lady, cheering on the courts, true crime obsessed, travel loving introvert, back in the dating game after a 9-year hiatus.
Oh, man. 9-year hiatus as in she was in a relationship for 9 years, or just 9 years of being a nun in a convent who didn't have sex with anybody? Come on, man.
What difference does that make? She was.
It doesn't. I'm just saying. Saying. And that's good. I think that's great if that's the case. I just say it just kind of struck me funny. All right, so I got to tell you, I love the true crime. I'm into that, and I'm into like a lot of the trash TV. I shouldn't be, but I love it. No, I'm into the true crime thing. I'm all about that.
Okay. Well, like I said, shout out to her. I let her, she filled out the bio. Johnny, a bio that has some clarity in it, that equals intention to me. All right. The bio is a little short, but it is informative and it tells us a few things about her temperament. Raising a little lady. This is identity level information. Motherhood is central to her. Her decisions are probably going to be filtered through her child. And
Yeah.
she's probably not dating impulsively either. She's just curious to see what's out there.
Look, you know
So
what? I would love to. I would love to think that about most single mothers, and that may be the case with her. But that's something you really can't assume.
I understand, but at least in my experience, this is
Yeah, I
indicative
mean,
because they'll want to take things at a little slower pace. They have stronger boundaries and a little lower tolerance for, I don't know, like time wasting. So I'd say
yeah,
so far this is kind of neutral to me. Um, Cheers on the court. So her kid's involved in sports,
yeah. Of
just like the
course,
hockey.
she has Cavs season tickets.
Well, yeah, maybe that. It's probably like the hockey mom. Okay, so there's going to be a
Yeah.
real active schedule, a lot of weekend commitments, and a semi-structured life.
Mhm.
Probably even shared parenting with the kid.
Yeah,
So
I could see that being the case too. I think that I mean, it definitely tells us a little bit, enough about our basic interests.
Johnny, what I noticed here, the true crime obsessed, and I know
Yeah,
you're completely
I like
on
it. I do.
team true crime. Um, so look, I have some experience with women who are into this, and let me tell you something, nephews. These women can spot patterns like you
Hmm.
wouldn't believe.
Bruh.
Even the
Their
ones that aren't there.
curiosity runs rampant at times, and they tend to psychoanalyze things. They really do. In some cases, I would say it can be a good thing. Okay, it could correlate with like heightened threat awareness or even sensitivity to red flags. They're definitely going to notice inconsistencies though with the ability to spot patterns.
Yep.
So if you're sloppy, nephews, especially in your communication, or if you're not really clear in your intentions, that's just going to get clocked fast here.
Bruh.
Travel loving introvert is a little interesting.
Yeah.
Um, the pairing of that, Johnny, that's what
I feel like
sticks
that
out
sounds like
to
a
me.
people watcher. Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. So she probably values experiences over crowds, and I don't know. She's price selective with social energy. What else do we have here about this bio? And nephews, you got to understand, we break this down like this. So when you're on your Bumble, when you're on your Hinge, when you are on your Tinder and you come across some of this stuff, you already know what you're looking at. You can already read through the lines on some of this. Now, maybe Uncle Johnny and I will do a Johnny, maybe I should start a Tinder and we should do like a Tinder episode just specifically on Rumble. I don't know, maybe that's
That'd be
something we'll
fun.
talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
uncensored, late night type, maybe we'll do it after one of these shows or something, you know.
Yeah, it
But
could be a good time.
yeah, for 2026, we got a lot of big things coming for you, nephews.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
try to get a little project together, maybe even add a third night to the itinerary. See what happens.
Now, we often talk about how a lot of these profiles are fluff.
Hmm.
A lot of it don't apply if she's choosing you.
Right.
But there's certain things in here that give you little clues into their personality and insight into the woman overall. And the one thing in this bio that anchors itself more than anything to me is the last line of it. It says, back in the dating game after a 9-year hiatus. So, like we were saying, this is probably a long prior relationship, likely marriage or near marriage.
Or she's been hooking up with random guys for 9 years.
I doubt that. She's probably
I don't know. 9 years seems a bit long for that. Yeah,
and she's probably just cautious and not jaded.
Let's hope.
Now, Johnny, her emotional muscles may be a bit rusty, okay, but her values are probably intact. Let's keep going here, Johnny.
Yeah, let's do it.
Instead of drinks, let's get coffee and wander around Target or Hobby Lobby.
Bruh.
All right. You want to tell them why I don't like it, or do you want to tell them why you don't like it?
I am definitely not walking around. I am not walking around Hobby Lobby.
No, absolutely not. And let me tell you what else I'm not doing. I'm not going to let her plan the date. So it's not going to be, instead of your plan, let's do my plan. It's going to be, let's do your plan because I want to be on your program.
You don't think she's simp fishing, do you?
No, absolutely not.
Like maybe she's looking for a guy that's like, oh, okay, I'll do the Hobby Lobby thing just to spend time with you and maybe hold your hand kind of thing. And she wants to see how, like, what guys will be willing to do that.
Johnny,
because Hobby Lobby's, listen, I understand what people like about Hobby Lobby, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not.
Johnny, you and I have more experience with online dating profiles than most of these people on YouTube. Shout out to Ask Your Favorite Uncle. Shout out to Swipe Smarter. And I can tell you that this profile reads to me a woman who's thoughtful, who is maternal, who is introverted but curious, and she's in the early stages of re-entry into dating. All right. And she probably values things like her safety and emotional steadiness. I like what I'm seeing so far.
Or she values her newfound freedom. And hey, that's fun too.
You know what, Johnny? I don't really have a problem with the coffee date, but we're going to get coffee where I want to. And I'll take care of the rest, but you ain't even got to worry about it. I'll just tell you where to be, when to be there. Likely tell you what I'd like to see you in, at least what color I want to see you in, because this is going to show me how into me she really is.
Yep.
All right, nephews, let me give you a little bit of game here. I like to date. I have a type. I have a certain type. I like pale women. I like women with freckles, and black looks really good on their skin. So if I'm really into the woman, I'll suggest that I'd like to see her in something in black. And if she wants to make a good impression on me, she is going to wear something in black. So, because I've already told her how I want to, see the contrast on the black off of that perfect porcelain skin of hers. So, look, this woman could be a very good fit for you, nephew, especially if you're a man who moves intentionally and you can communicate clearly without pressure. You don't tend to rush intimacy, and you respect her pace without interpreting it as disinterest. Okay, next prompt, Johnny. It says, I was today years old when I learned reply all is still ruining lives at the end of 2025.
Bruh.
Man. You know what, though? I understand that because that is a fundamental error that I can't believe that after we've been emailing as a mainstream society for 30 years now, people haven't figured out that's not the way you want to do things. Reply, listen. And Bill and I met working at this call center where we all had to worry about everything we put into an email. This place was like so super sensitive with the way you worded things that you had to look over, proofread, and revise your email 3 times before you sent it. If important was copied on it. So I understand the whole hitting reply all, because we actually witnessed a couple people get walked out the door for hitting reply all and then saying what they really thought, didn't we?
Bruh.
Oh man.
All right, so Johnny, we have a bio.
Yeah, don't hit reply all.
We have a couple prompts. We have a single mom. And you know what? Johnny, I think I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Blast that bit.
That's 2, bro.
Already?
2 already.
We
Glad
still
we're
got
getting
20 minutes to get at least one more.
Hey, I'm glad we're getting some solid profiles. Yeah, hey, Shannon, I really liked, I'll tell you, Shannon. Shannon said, I say right. I liked her energy. And I know
Yeah, I mean,
Uncle Johnny's just being cautious. You got to understand, this is my sensei of swiping, but he has turned me into the black belt of Bumble. And I'm telling you, I'm on point with this one, nephews. All right. Let me check out our next profile, Johnny, and we'll keep going.
all right, while he's doing that, in the comments, when was the last time that you asked someone out or were asked out in person the old-fashioned way, not using any kind of technology? If you got a story, let's see it. Or just tell us when it was.
Oh man, Johnny, I got shot down this week. I stepped to a woman and she just wasn't feeling me.
Dude, we're not there to show people how to close 100% of the time. That's not how it works.
No, I don't always hit home runs out the park. But
Not all.
I started talking with a woman. I thought we had some good energy. I shot my shot and she wasn't interested. And it's all good. I still had a great interaction with that woman.
Yeah, I mean, it's and the thing of it is, the real failure would have been if you would have psyched yourself out of talking to her at all.
Okay, Johnny, next up, we got Marina, 34.
Okay.
There is no bio here.
You must really think she's hot.
Bruh.
Name sauce.
We have a prompt here. It says, send me a like if you like what you see.
Bruh.
Nephews, don't you dare swipe on this profile.
This is not good.
You don't even know if this is a real woman or if somebody took a screenshot of a filtered photo. There's nothing on here. Nah, this is no bueno.
Yeah.
All right, nephews, this is the kind of profile you should avoid. Because chances are she's looking for something.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
it's some incentive.
There's definitely, she's looking for the guys that are going to swipe. Here's the thing. She's looking for guys who aren't going to care that she didn't leave a bio. She wants those guys to swipe right, because those are the guys that are going to require the least of her before giving her the most of what she asks for. If she wants to see these guys, she wants you to be the pushover who goes, pretty lady, and swipes right. You do that, she at least knows she could have you. Chances are she's probably got you.
Nephews, you know how easy it is to get catfished by something like this?
Dude.
I mean, because it's filtered.
I was saying, that's assuming that's really who she is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably years old. I look at these messed up blinds in the background. I'm reading chaos just without even looking into it.
Her blinds look like she need to learn how to mind her own damn business.
Why can't you afford blinds?
Bruh.
Why are you spying on the neighbors every time every time your neighbor gets arrested, you gotta watch? Or maybe that's just in the hood I live in. I don't know.
Maybe she likes being watched. All right, so yeah, I'm passing on this one, nephews. We're gonna swipe with discipline.
Nope.
It was not very good. And see, look, see this next
Nope.
one, she at least took the time to put some nice photos of herself in here.
You know, the one thing I hate is when they cover their face, though. Because it makes you wonder, like, if they got one or two photos, their faces, it seems like deliberately covered. Okay, cool. Your body looks great. But are you covering your face because you're hiding your identity? Because there's something or are you, this could be another phishing thing. I don't know. I didn't really see much profile, but
All right, the next one's got an IG on it. You want to go through it or you want to skip it?
can we get it up there?
Look, it's something we could.
I mean, we know what it means. We know what it means when she puts an IG on there.
Well, not necessarily.
And necessarily.
All right. So if I do it ahead of time before we start the show, if I pull up Instagram so we can run these IGs through it ahead of time, absolutely we can do it. Absolutely, I can share it. So I do it right now. Then I got 5 minutes of dead screen time where you get to tell dad jokes. I mean,
I don't think I got 5 minutes worth of material at this point.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll save that for another night.
Yeah, let's do that.
Now, other than the IG, all right, let me just find another profile.
Yeah, we might have a like farmer here.
I doubt that was it, but okay, so some people don't pay for Bumble and they can't see who likes them or swipe on them. So, like, women will put their IGs up because they don't have to answer a DM, but they can still kind of look you up and check you out from writing them. They can answer it if they want. Okay. Johnny, we might have had this one on the show already. Let's check this one out. How late are you trying to do this tonight, Johnny? You want to wrap up at 10:30?
Yeah, it might be best. We both got to be up pretty early.
All right, that's fine. So we'll do Alexandria here and maybe one more after this one.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Okay, Alexandria, 45. Said she's a researcher in medicine at pharmaceuticals. About Alexandria. Are you genuine, empathetic, well-educated, and
How
motivated?
many times we didn't see the word empathetic tonight?
Are you adventurous, curious, humorous, and confident? Do you enjoy travel to developing countries, the outdoor and regular exercise? Well, then put on your seatbelt and get ready for some fun. No POT/CBD, no rug users, AA, or drinkers.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right. There's
sorry. I'm so sorry, Cruella. I'm out.
Bruh.
With her very high standards.
I don't care about that. It's like, look, you just pretty much put together what looks like a job description and conditions for hire. I don't even really care as much about the things she doesn't like, more than I care about the fact that it's like the first part of it sounded like a commercial from the early 80s. The second part of it just kind of sounded like something you tell somebody right before you lock them in their dorm.
Okay. She's got a
I mean,
career. So that's my first signal. Pharmaceutical researcher. I would need to know a little bit more about that, but I'm thinking the woman's probably analytical, and probably somewhat disciplined as well.
I've been playing GTA for so long that it makes me think that she has like a lab where she cooks things.
All right. Well, she likely respects expertise and competence and has a low tolerance for sloppy thinking or vague life direction.
Oh, so wait a minute. So here's what I don't want to swipe right on her to save my own life, but I really wish she would elaborate on what she considers sloppy thinking. Because it's probably pretty much anything that she doesn't agree with.
Johnny, how you frame things matters. So, okay, look.
She frames herself as the type that I could actually hear going, "Bring me those puppies." No, I'm out.
The question stacking is crazy here. Are you genuine, empathetic, well educated, motivated? This is a qualification checklist. This isn't flirting.
Bruh.
This
All right,
woman will glare at you while you're sleeping.
She's screening for peer level men. She's not interested in potential. And she wants somebody who's already is these things, not aspiring to be them. All right. Now, that's not insecurity, but this is selectivity. So men who get defensive reading this are already disqualified.
I gladly don't make the cut on this one.
Bruh.
All right. Travel to developing countries, the outdoors, regular exercise.
Hold on. I'm not trying to be a drug mule here.
All right, nephews, this might be important to you because developing countries, this woman's not asking you to take her to a resort. You need to know your audience. You need to know your woman. All right. So this implies
she wants the honeymoon in North Korea.
Discomfort tolerance, and possibly like humanitarian values, or at least she's service oriented, which is something I can respect.
Sure.
Nephews, this is purpose-driven travel. We don't see much of this. We usually see take me on vacation because I'm cute, and I'm going to be sad if you don't. So if your idea of travel is something like bars, cruises, poolside selfies, that's misalignment with this woman right here. The seatbelt line, Johnny. Well, how does she put it? Then put on your seatbelt and get ready for some fun. All right. This is her attempt at lividity. It softens an otherwise very structured profile.
I
think that fun. It's like planned intentional fun, if you want to call it that. Like hiking at altitude, early flights fun, schedules and goals kind of fun.
Bruh.
I'm paying attention to any woman who has hard boundaries. So the no POT, CBD, no drug users, AA, drinkers. Now, nephews, this is where a lot of men are going to misread her. On surface, this could sound like control, but really, this is like lifestyle protection. All right, what does this tell us? Well, I'm glad you asked, nephews. She's either sober by choice or by necessity. She might have values, and that's why. But she has zero interest in negotiating this. And she's likely seen substance use disrupt lives before. And whether you agree or not is irrelevant. The clarity, I feel like, is a green flag. So if you drink socially, if you smoke occasionally, or if you identify with it's not that big of a deal, she's not your woman, and that's fine.
She didn't sound like fun to me. That's why I'm saying.
I get it. But she knows her lane. She's trying to protect her nervous system, and she curates her environment tightly. This woman's not going to bend on things. But the men that she'll polarize to her, it'll be more intentional. I see this woman as highly structured, values driven, low tolerance for excess. She's probably even mentally sharp with her dry wit and attempt at humor.
Sure, I don't doubt that.
Okay, so nephews, this kind of woman might be highly compatible for you if you are sober or substance free by choice. If you're very physically active, if you are intellectually curious, or if you have purpose beyond simple pleasures. You got to be confident without needing validation. She definitely would pick up on that. This might be for you. I don't think this woman is for me, but Johnny, we like to tell the nephews how to get at all of these women, the best way to approach these profiles. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of game on what I've noticed about her profile is all.
Hey, fair enough.
Let's see what else we got here.
But for us, it's a nope.
Win me over by being genuine, motivated, and generous.
Bruh.
Above all else, reliable and trustworthy.
Generous.
All right, let's read this one, Johnny. This prompt. She says, I'm hoping you ... a mix of spontaneity and planning fullness. Is that even a word? Intellectual curiosity is a plus. And be prepared to laugh. I want you to live your best life.
Interesting.
Bruh.
So she wants that blend of spontaneity and planning prowess. Somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty wide spectrum. But intellectual curiosity is an interesting thing to look for. Again, the I love to laugh thing kind of comes into play, and that's a pretty common thing. I haven't dated a girl to this day who hates to laugh, so I'm really not sure how that would go. But not bad.
Is planning fullness even a word? No, but that's not the important part here.
No.
What matters is what she's pointing at. All right. Nephews, here's what she's actually communicating. It says a mix of spontaneity and planning. This is a self-awareness tell. All right. She's saying, I don't want chaos. I value balance, and I don't want somebody who's rigid. Given her background, the medicine research, the sobriety boundaries, this could be important.
Sure.
She knows she can skew too structured and is intentionally screening for a man who brings play and instability. Johnny, that might be a green flag if you could hold frame.
I mean, and that's gonna require a conversation or two, but yeah.
I like the intellectual curiosity as a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's consistent with everything else she said. Basically, she wants conversations that go somewhere. She enjoys learning, asking questions, probably exploring ideas. And nephews, this kind of woman, I'm telling you right now, small talk will bore her.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go big or go home. Bring your confidence, bring your sense of humor, bring whatever it is that you think that. Never mind what you think that she likes, what you like about you. And the thing of it is, as long as you're pulling out the things that you like best about you in that encounter, even if she doesn't decide to see you again, the fact of the matter is, you didn't misrepresent yourself. You came out there, you were enough, you were you. And the biggest, most important thing for you to remember is that if it doesn't work out, don't internalize that as, well, I guess I'm just not attractive. No, you weren't compatible with this girl. The same date, the same demeanor, the same exact conversation might have, made another girl laugh, touch your arm, touch your leg, and bring you back to her place.
Okay, the be prepared to laugh. I feel like that matters a little more than it looks. She's trying to tell us that she's not cold. She wants shared joy, not intensity.
She's trying to show a fun side of herself.
It's grounded humor. You're right. It's not sarcasm or chaos. And then what do we have here? I want you to live your best life. Now, this, Johnny, this might be the most revealing line, actually. Because it's not, I want to be your everything. This is, I don't want to manage you. This is, I don't want to fix you.
And she's not telling us about how she's living her best life. No, she wants you to live your best life, and if that's hopefully with her, you know.
She wants a self-directed man. She doesn't want to have to center you, nephews. Again, this is a green flag for strong men and a deal breaker for men who subconsciously want to be rescued.
Well, and I'll tell you something. The thing of it is that, like, with my life and my career right now, me personally, I'm very, very happy. So that when I was going on Bumble dates, when I was, when I would go on a Bumble date and I would talk to, that's what I'm exuding. I'm exuding this happiness with my life and its direction. Now, there have been girls that didn't jibe well with. They didn't like my career choice or whatever it happened to be. I don't really care what the why is. The point of the matter is that I brought the real me, showed the real me, and I've never been more successful when it comes to that kind of thing since, or at least up to that point. You're authentically and unapologetically yourself. And you are those things because you've come to know yourself, you've come to respect yourself. Hopefully you come to love yourself. That's the kind of person you want to bring out on those dates.
Okay, well, overall, this profile, nephews, it reads as somebody who's structured and they're intentionally balancing it. They value sobriety, health, and clarity. They're intellectually curious, emotionally regulated, and selective without being bitter about it. Johnny, I don't know.
I think it's worth a conversation or two.
You're saying swipe on her.
Let's say swipe on her.
What could it hurt?
Chat, what do you think? Left, right? We know what Shannon thinks.
Swipe right on her. This is our last profile tonight. We've been live for about an hour. We're about to wrap this up. I want to know what y'all think. Should I swipe right on this one?
Yeah, we got one vote for Shannon.
What we got? What's Shannon say? Shannon, I appreciate you rocking with us tonight.
Yeah, baby.
She says, give it a try.
Bruh.
That doesn't sound too okay. You know what? All right, I appreciate it. We'll go ahead and give it a try, Shannon. Shout out to Shannon. And the last profile tonight. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and lock her. All right, gentlemen. Uncle Johnny and I, as always, we appreciate you rocking with us. And if you take one thing from tonight, let it be this. Your job is not to be chosen. Your job is to choose well. Okay. Attraction gets you in the door, but alignment decides whether you stay. All right. Every profile we looked at tonight told a story, not just about her, but about what kind of man she's compatible with. And the mistake most men make is ignoring that story because they're chasing chemistry. Chemistry fades, nephews. Character doesn't. Swipe smarter means that you don't rush, you don't project, and you don't negotiate your value to keep somebody interested. Assess behavior. Listen to language. Respect boundaries, including your own. And when something isn't aligned, you don't argue with it. Nephews, you move on with respect and discipline. All right. There are good women out here. There are incompatible women out here too. Neither makes you less of a man. what makes you a man is having the integrity to walk away if something doesn't fit. So slow down, vet first, lead with clarity, and remember, a man who knows who he is will never fear being alone because he knows he's building something worth joining. All right, nephew, swipe smarter. We'll see you next time. Stay dangerous. I want to say we'll be back Monday night with Ask Your Favorite Uncle. So get Uncle Johnny your questions before he has too many for the show.
Bruh.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 ready to go. I got time for 1, maybe 2 more. So make sure you get those in, guys.
All right, Johnny, is there anything you want to say to our nephews before we wrap this up tonight?
Yeah, listen, we got an entire weekend between now and the next time we get to talk to you. So you're on your own until then. We will not be able to bail you out of jail. No drugs or alcohol, please. But if you do drink, don't drive. And if you do drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. Good night.
Yeah.